This is so stupid, actually. Let's see if this shit is worth doing, like, whatsoever. Howdy, y'all! Hold on, let's, because I'm bored. Well, first of all, because I'm talking about dumb VTuber shit that is, all arbitrary and all stupid. Here I am. This is just me. This is who I am now. Hold on, what are, look at that A-OK sign I could do. Ain't that crazy, that one? Look, I could wave high. This is so cursed. I'm a big fan. Hold on, what is Idol 1? What the fuck does that mean? What is Idol 2? What is this? Yo! I got the move! Back to the VTubing. Some dickhead kind of, he made a twit longer talking about VTubers. I'm not gonna call him out, right? I'm not gonna say the guy's name, because, I don't want people to bully him about it. Despite the fact that this take is, in fact, worth bullying. Hypothetically, of course. Hypothetically in a video game. I'm not advocating for the bullying of anybody. However, all I'm saying is, if you say dumb shit, people are gonna say it's dumb shit. God, it feels so weird. I can't wear glasses, by the way. Which, like, I have blue light glasses whenever I play. So it feels weird that there isn't anything on my face. Because otherwise it doesn't track my eyes. Like, I could wink right now. I don't know how accurately it's picking it up, but I could wink. Now you guys can see all my weird mouth movements whenever I'm playing the game. Man, this is gonna be weird, because a lot of times whenever I'm playing Smash, or like whenever I'm focusing on something, I always like lick my lips a lot. And obviously that isn't gonna be fucking captured on the thing, because I don't have a tongue. Just like in real life, I don't have a tongue. I don't know, it feels weird. Something about being a VTuber feels weird to me, which is why I'm not. It would probably be great for branding, though. Okay, this is actually a good segue. So to me, really all that VTubing is, as a whole, is like mascots, right? People got the ducks, the beavers, those are the local teams, by the way. And a lot of it's weird. Also, by the way, thank you for the follow. I didn't catch the names, but unless it was Haas. I don't know why, but I've been getting like the same 2 follows over and over again. People advertising, right? It's just a good way of advertising. Like, people are making themselves into mascots in order to like establish a brand, you know? Like, that's what HoloLive is. That's what whatever other VTuber like agencies, I guess there is. That's what they are to me. So this guy on good old twitter.com, actually I could probably pull up the twit longer. I'll just make it my background, fuck it. He goes on a whole rant talking about how if you're a VTuber, right, you shouldn't post like IRL things on your feed, because it defeats the purpose of being a VTuber. Which I'll give the devil his due, right? Like, there is a degree of validity to it, because it's like some people might not want to see it, but also at the end of the day, it's a mascot, right? And the value is in the person behind the mascot themselves, right? What they do. So when Guy says like, don't be doing that, it's like, well, who cares? Like, that isn't what defines a VTuber, staying consistent with your brand, or like with your mascot, because like that's only part of your brand. Weird. Because it feels like he's actually, I'll just read it. I'll once I for sure lose this one, because I'm for sure gonna lose. Let's take a look at this twit longer. So his initial tweet is something like, if you're a VTuber, don't post IRL content, which, like, off rip, that's stupid. I'm gonna say it. That's kind of stupid. So he says, I want to preface this by saying there are plenty of wonderful EN VTubers out there who I genuinely enjoy watching and interacting with. This is not directed at them, and I wish them nothing but the best. That being said, which you should have ended it at that. You should have ended it with the first sentence. You didn't need to say that being said. Okay, that's all I'm saying. He says, it's shocking how much joy has been sucked out of an interest I've enjoyed for almost 5 years now. Literally since the dawn of VTubing by hordes of normies with no clue what it even means to be a VTuber. If you're going to tweet IRL Insta thought pics, his words, not even bother with the slightest semblance of a character, etc., then IMO, you're nothing but a room temperature IQ normie who hopped on a bandwagon for clout and simp bucks. Okay. I don't know how much I want to address about this, because like I could go on. You know, I could like break it up bit by bit and just God, you know just, man, it's rough. Can I bind these actually? Can I bind these? I probably can, but like I'm doing this for the bit. I don't care. Sorry for not commenting on the match. This is something I want to talk about because this is who-wee. So his first statement is like hard gatekeeping VTubing. He's saying like, well, if you put on the mask, then you gotta wear it forever. You're not allowed to let people into your personal life whatsoever because it's breaking the immersion. Which, like, I really hope I got the voice right. I think that's just what the guy sounds like. God, I feel like I'm just bullying him. Which kind of feels bad. If you want to portray yourself as a fictional character, like as a mascot, and that's how you want to orient your brand, then go for it. Right? I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. The issue that I have with his approach, one, he's calling people that he doesn't know Insta thoughts, low room temperature IQ, and what was the other one? I think that was it, right? He's just being an asshole about it. Like that's really all he's doing. He later goes on to say, this isn't a complicated concept. There is meant to be a crucial separation from reality, which you promptly flush down the toilet for the sake of your daily social media attention fix. You clearly aren't satisfied with compliments being directed at your VTuber avatar. It needs to be directed at you. Which, like, no. Let's start off by saying no. I feel like people view it the same way I do. It's a mascot. Like, that's all it is. You can take selfies of yourself outside of the mascot costume. It's not like once you put on the suit, you were legally, contractually, and like morally obliged to keep it. Right? Like you're not expected to go to your wedding dressed up as like a fat duck. Like, that's stupid. God, this guy's a trip. A VTuber is a virtual character, which is what defines it as its own unique form of content. It boggles my fucking mind how people have trouble with this. So, no. Once again, no. The entire gimmick is that instead of you having a face, like a face cam, right? Like what I'm doing right now, you instead have a mascot doing everything for you. It's still, the focus is still you, right? Like, it's all just gonna be you dressed as a mascot doing the things that you would normally do on your stream. Like, the fact that you have a VTuber model doesn't change anything, right? Like, it doesn't change anything. Like, it's like the focus is on the content. You can, like, sure, you can view it as a way to enhance it, right? I'm glad that you are not taking me seriously. Because if it isn't obvious, I am very much not taking this entire thing seriously as well. I think it's apparent in my mascot, which, like, this is my mascot now. This is what I'm gonna be branding my channel around, the generic fucking magma giant. That would honestly be a good bit. Just like becoming a huge VTuber with one of the default models would be real fucking funny. Especially if like people are asking you like, hey, I can make you a better model, right? Like I can make a lava giant except better if you wanted me to. And then just rejecting it, just being like, yeah, no. No, thank you. I like the magma. I like default magma giant. This is a very serious stream. Okay. This is actually, yeah. Let me make the that one a bit smaller. You know, let me just, yeah. Yeah, that's much better, right? What else does this guy say? Like, all of this is, I feel like all of this is taking the idea of a VTuber way too seriously, like to an unhealthy degree. Like, they're just mascots, right? Like, I feel like it's not controversial, the thing I'm saying. They're just kind of mascots. You know, you could put on the suit. That doesn't mean it's like sewn onto your skin. You aren't on some fucking vampire shit where like, oh, if raw daylight hits your skin after you put on the suit, then like you sizzle into dust. You're just stupid. Okay, guys, says all you have to do is put on some semblance of a character, make some form of video content, and not post IRL content on main. Once again, just kind of gatekeeping. I don't understand wanting to gatekeep a community like VTubing, which has reached such a, to an extent, such a broad appeal. Like, VTubers as a whole have kind of blown up for over the past like 2-3 years. Like, it's relatively new, all things considered. So the fact that more people are getting into it, to me at least, would be nothing but a good thing. Like, I don't know why you would want to gatekeep that. Just seems kind of strange. It's so easy, even somebody like me can manage it. You don't even have to stream, for fuck's sake. Did this guy not stream? What's the point of being a VTuber if you're not streaming? Like am I alone in thinking that? I don't know if I'm alone, if I'm speaking nonsense, you know, if I'm just insane. Maybe I'm a heretic, who knows? But like, I don't think you gotta be a VTuber. Or like, I don't think there's much of a reason for you to be a VTuber if you're not streaming, right? Unless he means just doing videos, right? If he means like just content creation, like if you're doing videos or whatever, then that's one thing. But if he just means like you can just passively be a VTuber, I feel like that more than anything just destroys the purpose of it, right? Like, then you're just kind of role-playing as your OC. Bro, he was menacing as hell there. Honestly, I wouldn't have known what to do there either. Like, this Samus is just applying so much pressure. He's just so menacing. Back here, yeah, that kills. But like, it's just so strange. I don't know what this guy is like. I understand what he's saying, but it just doesn't seem like it matters. Actually, hold on, I gotta make sure that there you go. Okay, now things should be showing up in the chat. I hadn't realized that I get it, but who cares? Like, that, more than anything, I feel like that's a take that everybody has, right? Like, it's kind of understandable where he's coming from, but also, what the fuck was that? Why did I shake my head like that? That's fine. It's one of those things where, like, I understand where he's coming from, right? I feel like some people might appreciate the immersion of a character just be. Hold on, I'll let you get that run back while I talk about this. Some people might be they might appreciate the immersion that a VTuber would give to you, right? Which, like, to an extent is understandable, right? If somebody's VTubing, then like it's kind of detached from reality what you're watching at that point, right? And a lot of people really lean into the bit, because I've been watching a few VTubers, I'm not gonna lie. a lot of them like feed into the bit of whatever their VTuber is modeled after. Like if you look at someone like Gura, right? That's a big one. Plenty of you might not remember or even have known in the first place, but for a long time VTubers just made short YouTube videos. Okay, so he is talking about being about content creation, but like to an extent it's understandable because some people do want that break from reality, right? Some people do want to like be immersed in something else, which also, if you're scrolling through Twitter, I don't think you're going to get that. Same thing with like, to an extent, on YouTube too. Like just in general, I don't think you're gonna get as much of like a break from reality as though if you were like just loitering in VR chat or whatever. But people do lean into the bit on occasion, but like they don't have to, is the thing. Like a lot of the things is they just don't have to do that. There aren't rules to being a VTuber. Like who was it that said that? Yeah, Shady said that. But like it's just so dumb. I don't like, it's just people doing mascots. Like ultimately I feel like that's what it boils down to. Like how people want to approach being the mascot is up to them. Guy says, am I being a crotchety no fun party pooper? Okay, please tell me he's gonna like acknowledge that he's being stupid at least. Frankly, I think the only unreasonable thing about all this is how much of a headspace I've allowed this nonsense to consume. He's not saying that he's wrong, or that like, guy is doubling down in this. So guy, he phrases it in such a way where he's gonna be like, maybe I'm just being like like I'm just overreaching or whatever. Maybe I'm just putting too much emphasis on what it means to be a VTuber, which like by my own definition. But then he doubles down. He's like, bro, you gotta find out what it means to actually be a VTuber, right? Because if you don't know what a VTuber is, then you better find out. Like, that's so stupid. I do think that's I don't even know if this is acknowledging it, because he doesn't say anything. Like, he doesn't say anything about this. He just like says what he thinks, but again. All right, when is just before I banged out this dumb fucking rant, I had opened my VTuber Twitter, which almost exclusively follows VTubers because what I want to see there is VTuber content. Do people do that? Do people have multiple Twitter accounts just for like VTubing? Because I have one Twitter account that I use for everything, and I'm not going to make another one for the sake of doing dumb shit. I'll just do everything on my main account. I don't want to experience it twice. I don't know, I guess it must not be that uncommon, seeing as how people do have 18+ accounts for following artists specifically. It's just so strange to me. It's just so strange to me because it feels like he's taking it way too seriously, first off. Like, if you look at what I'm doing, I am basically a VTuber right now, as I am in a VTuber model doing content. Does that make me a VTuber? According to this guy, probably, because I don't think I've posted like any IRL content, but I sure as hell am not taking it seriously whatsoever. I don't know. I would love to see what this guy has to say. Like, I want to know what is a guide to VTubing in his eyes, you know? What does it mean to be a VTuber? Because to me, like, what this is coming off as is somebody who was way too excited about being their school mascot, putting on the mascot uniform, and giving like over-the-top advice to to the person who's like filling his shoes after he's graduating, right? It gives me that type of vibe. True, if you say it enough times, it will eventually be right. That is how things work. Was slapped with not one but two different quote-unquote 3 quotation marks on this one. VTubers posting textbook attention whore, please tell me how pretty I am pictures. What are you talking about? Like, dude, if people feel gassed up, right? If they're feeling themselves and they're like, damn, I look good, then what's wrong with flexing it, you know? Especially if you're following their Twitter. If you're following their Twitter, how can you complain about the shit that they post? You're the one following it. Just unfollow them. Either unfollow them or block them. Like, it's Twitter. Who cares? God, it's so stupid. So as a final well-deserved parting shot, I don't think that was well-deserved. I'm gonna be real. I have a rather unkind reality check. Majority of VTubers whose pictures I've seen, regardless of gender, are frankly just average looking. Anybody with a brain can see through the filters, makeup, and angles. You can point all you want at the number of likes they get, but let's be honest here. Even if the EN VTuber Twitter sphere wasn't rife with this cringe, clicky, no negativity allowed, hug box attitude, it's easy as hell for something like a lingerie picture or ooh cute girl filter fest to break a couple hundred likes. LMFAO. I feel like part of this comes off as somebody being petty. Like, it feels like he got rejected by one of these quote-unquote average-looking girls or guys on Twitter, whoever it was, and just like started shitting on him. Like, that's what this comes off as, which I feel like that's a really that's a easy joke to make. Like, that's an easy crack to make, but I don't think there's a more accurate way of saying it. Like, I don't know. I think it's just weird to come after strangers' looks for no reason. You know what I mean? He was just upset that his favorite girl VTuber ended up being a guy. Bro, that would be even better. That would be even more hype. What do you mean? But like, dude, who cares? First off, which, like, I guess the immediate response would be me, because I'm the one talking about it, right? But also, I more so care about making fun of the dude who cares way too much than I do about the topic itself, not gonna lie. Because, like, at the end of the day, being a VTuber is like what you make of it. Like, I don't like this idea that it is a brand new genre that people have to treat a certain way, right? Because, like, if it's like a video game that people are talking about, right? If this man is talking about Melee and saying like, bro, you have to play on a time with items on and all stages, otherwise it isn't how the game is meant to be played, then, like, that's one thing, right? Like, you could feasibly kind of make that argument that, like, well, the default rule set is how it's intended to be played. The thing about VTuber or VTubing is there isn't a default rule set. And even if there was a default rule set, why would the options be there if the rule set, like, was meant to be played that way? Like, if fucking, let's say, Massive Hero Soccer guy wanted to make his rules, well, in order to be a VTuber, you got to or in order to be a Smash player, you got to play on the default rule sets. I'm not adding stocks, so you have to play the way I want you to play. Like, that's one thing, right? I'm sure everybody would be pissed about it because everybody hates fucking timed battles. But like, it's a thing that it's an argument that you feasibly can make at that point, because, like, the person that invented it would be telling you about it. I don't think Mr. John VTuber is saying, like, well, here's how you be a VTuber and anything else is, like, not being a VTuber. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so stupid to me. But yeah, shout out to right now she is branded as Teresa, right? Like Teresa, which is how I would pronounce it, because that's how it sounds to me, right? Like that's how the name is spelled.